Using StoryShort AI and Claude, I'm going to show you how to create a script for a short true crime video for social media. You can start in two ways here. You can use Create with AI, which will basically do everything for you, or you can create a blank video and you can go through all the steps individually. So this is how you start. Faceless video is what I've chosen. You can either put your script in here, which is what I'm going to do in a second. I'll just show you how I'm creating the script with Claude. Or you can use this AI script writer too, which is pretty cool. You can give it a prompt. And then you can give it sources actually, which it does do quite accurately. Surprised by this. If you give it a website about a case or a news article, it will generate a reasonably correct script with AI using that information. Then you can choose the language and the length of time and just click generate script and it will generate the script. You can edit it back in here. But I'm just going to drop my own script in. So I used Claude to create a script because Claude has a bit of a better reputation than ChatGPT for doing correct and accurate research and also not using some of the frustrating grammar that ChatGPT tends to use, like never-ending em dashes. So you can see here that I've written, can you please help me write a script for social media for a video story about the Casey Anthony case? This is a true crime case that's popping off at the moment. It should be 1.5 minutes long. I want it to be engaging and capture the true crime audience. It needs to start with a hook about the case and finish asking a question so that people will comment for engagement. And I am using StoryShort AI to create the video in cartoon animated format. So actually Claude gave me a pretty good first draft. I was quite impressed. It included timing, headings and everything. There's some things in there that were a little bit dubious for me. So I went back to Claude and I asked it to just have a bit of a review of what it had produced. I thought the question at the end was too harsh to ask and didn't really think it was appropriate for the video, so I suggested something a bit softer. And I also asked Claude to fact check what it had written against a couple of articles that I gave it because, yeah, as I said, I did think there was some questionable assertions in there. It wasn't able to access the article I gave it from Wikipedia, but based on the second article which I gave it did actually give me some pretty good and quite detailed corrections of itself, which I quite like. And it explained exactly what they were and how it would change that in the text. So I decided to go ahead with that. The final that it produced was great. I didn't have any further changes. So I just copied and pasted that information. You've got a few options up here. You can just copy, you can download as a PDF and do all sorts of different things. And then I just took that over to this box and just plugged it in here. I took out all of the timings in the box because I know that StoryShort AI tends to kind of read out everything that you write in the script box. And then you can choose the media type. So you can choose whether you want it to be static AI images or you want the video to be made up of AI videos or stock videos. You choose the way that you want it to look, the theme, which is pretty amazing options here, and they all come out really differently to each other. And then you can choose how much you want to spend essentially by way of credits on this, whether you want the video to be really high quality or whether you're happy for it to just be basic. Then you can choose background music. You have to choose an option. I think I haven't been able to figure out how to not choose a music. My recommendation is that in the next step, I'll show you how to do this, that you mute the music, because especially if you're going to post this onto social media, if you have a voiceover and music behind it, you're not able to, once the video is downloaded, you're not able to remove the sound, the music. And a lot of social media platforms will flag the music and it will get taken down. The options of voices here are pretty amazing. So you can view more and then you can search through many different voices. You could type in Australian voice, British voice, and you can choose them all. You can do little previews here too, which is pretty great. And then you've got the aspect ratio, and then you just select generate video. And it will generate, and this is what the one I created earlier looks like. Just here, you can see it will open in this editor format, and then you can go through here and you can edit text. You can do anything you want. Just have to be careful. Sometimes it will throw out the timing. You can also delete and change the images used or the videos used. You can animate. There's all sorts of pretty user-friendly things you can do in these sections here. You can also change the captions and it will show in the display, TikTok ones. And this is where you can change the audio. So when I originally made this video, it looked like this. Just turn this down so you mute the video in the background and you just have the voiceover playing, and this is what it sounds like.
She was found not guilty, but 70% of Americans believed she did it.
So it comes out really good. Sometimes the images or videos that it chooses to use for me are a little bit corporate or serious, but you could definitely edit things and make things more interesting by using some of your own imagery or prompting it more in that direction. But I think StoryShort AI works pretty well. It's pretty user friendly. Depending on what you're trying to achieve. It's been really fun getting to learn how to use this. But yeah, it's probably one of the easiest video editor platforms I've used, and it has the most functionality. I also quite enjoyed Claude using this time. I think I would definitely use this again. It was much easier to get a really accurate product than it would be for ChatGPT. I find with ChatGPT I'd have to go back and check everything. I'm always coming at ChatGPT, not trusting the output. And I have to constantly remind it not to use M dashes, which I find really frustrating. So let me know if you've tried, if you like Claude, if you've tried the StoryShort AI, what you think of them. I'd love to hear in the comments.